This episode isn't about heartbreak or betrayal. It's about love that didn't end, even after death. These are the stories of people who lost the one they loved, but never stopped loving them, dedicated to everyone who's ever loved someone who's gone. He died before our wedding. We'd been planning the wedding for a year. Nothing fancy, just close friends, a small garden, white lights strung in the trees. He was the calm one. I was the one freaking out over flowers and seating charts. He'd been coughing for weeks, but he kept saying, "It's just a cold." I begged him to go to the doctor. When he finally did, it was already stage 4. Everything changed in one afternoon, from choosing a suit for the wedding to choosing hospitals. I spent the next 2 months pretending I was fine, so he wouldn't see me break. He was trying to be brave for me, I was trying to be brave for him. It was like we were both holding our breath. The night before he died, he told me, "Promise me you'll wear the dress anyway. I want to know you'll still have your day." I laughed, told him to stop saying stupid things. But he was gone the next morning. I didn't wear the dress. It just hangs in my closet. I can't bring myself to get rid of it, but I can't touch it either. People tell me time heals, but honestly, I think time just teaches you how to smile while it still hurts.
We were supposed to get married in 6 weeks. The venue was booked, she'd already chosen the dress, and I was still pretending to care about the color of napkins. She laughed at me for that, said I was the least romantic groom ever. I told her she'd make up for both of us. That night was ordinary. She went to visit her sister. I stayed home, working late. She texted around 11, "Heading back now. Love you." That was the last message she ever sent me. At 2:14 a.m., my phone rang. I didn't answer the first time. Then it rang again. Unknown number. Ian Police. They said there'd been an accident. I remember asking if she was okay. The officer paused, just long enough for me to know the answer. He told me to come to the hospital. When I got there, they wouldn't let me in right away. There were people running, doors closing, voices I didn't recognize. The hallway smelled like disinfectant and burnt coffee. I just sat there, watching the light above the operating room blink red, hoping it would turn off and someone would come out to say, "She's okay." But when the door opened, it was a doctor. He didn't even say her name, just looked at me and said, "We did everything we could." I don't remember what happened after that. Someone must have driven me home because I woke up on the floor of our living room the next morning, still holding my phone, still waiting for her text. The wedding invitations arrived 2 days later, her name printed next to mine. I couldn't open the box. It's still sealed, in the back of my closet. People say losing someone suddenly is easier than watching them suffer. But it's not, because there's no goodbye, no last words. Just one normal night, and then silence that never really ends. Sometimes, late at night, my phone vibrates, random spam or wrong number, and my heart still jumps for half a second. Like maybe it's her. Like maybe the world made a mistake. Cancer took her piece by piece. We'd been married 12 years. She got diagnosed the week after our anniversary. At first, we thought we'd beat it. She joked about losing her hair, said she'd finally try a pixie cut. But as months passed, she got weaker. Our life shrank to hospital rooms, waiting chairs, medicine schedules. I started memorizing the sound of the oxygen machine, just to know she was still breathing when I closed my eyes. One night, she looked at me and said, "You don't have to pretend you're okay," and that broke me, because she was the one dying, and she was comforting me. When she passed, I didn't cry for 2 days. Then I heard someone laughing in a cafe, same laugh as hers, and it just hit me. Right there in public, I fell apart. People think grief is crying and sadness, but it's also silence. It's walking into an empty kitchen and forgetting why you went there. It's realizing that no one will ever ask, "Did you eat today?" the way she did.
He loved the ocean more than anything, said it made him feel free. Small but alive. He was a diver. careful, experienced. I never worried. Not really. He used to joke that the sea was his second home. That morning was clear. No wind, calm water, blue sky. He kissed me, said, "Back by lunch. Don't wait up with food. I'll grab something on the way." I remember laughing. I remember watching him walk down the beach, wetsuit half zipped, sunlight on his shoulders. I didn't know that would be the last time. A few hours later, his friend called, said they'd lost sight of him under the water, said they were searching. I remember my knees just giving out. I don't remember what I said. Maybe nothing. They searched for him for 2 months. Boats, helicopters, divers, everyone. They found his equipment, but not him. 3 years have passed, and they still call it an accident. I still can't call it that. Because how can something be called an accident when it takes everything from you? People say time heals. It doesn't. It just teaches you how to look normal while you're breaking inside. There's no grave, no place to bring flowers, no name carved in stone, so I go to the beach instead. Every single day, sometimes at sunrise, sometimes at sunset. I sit in the same spot where he always entered the water, and I talk to him, quietly, like he's still out there somewhere, listening. The waves never answer, but sometimes the wind changes, and it feels like he's close, like he's right behind me, smiling, saying, "I told you not to worry." And for a moment, I almost believe it.
We went to bed like any other night, watched some dumb movie, argued about who left the light on in the hallway. He kissed me goodnight, said, "You fall asleep faster than anyone I know." And I laughed. That's the last sound he ever heard. When I woke up, sunlight was coming through the curtains. For a second, everything felt normal. Then I noticed he wasn't breathing. No movement, no sound, just still. I shook him, called his name, but his skin was already cold. I remember screaming his name again and again, like maybe my voice could pull him back. The paramedics came fast. One of them looked at me and said quietly, "I'm sorry, that's all, 2 words." And my entire life just broke in. They said it was a heart attack. Quick, peaceful. He probably didn't even feel it. But what about me? I felt everything. The days after that blurred together. People brought food, flowers, said things like, "At least he didn't suffer." I wanted to scream. He didn't suffer. But I did. I still do. It's been almost 2 years. His side of the bed is still untouched. His pillow still smells faintly like him. I can't bring myself to wash it. At night, I sleep facing his side, just to trick my mind into thinking he's there. And every morning, I wake up to the same silence. Loud, heavy, endless. Sometimes I whisper, "Good morning," even though no one answers. Because pretending for a second feels better than admitting he's gone.
It happened in the middle of the night. I woke up to this strange sound, like crackling plastic. Then I smelled it. Smoke. For a few seconds, I didn't even understand what was happening, until I saw the orange light under the door. I screamed his name. He was upstairs. I ran to the stairs, but the air, it wasn't air anymore. It was fire. It burned my throat, my eyes. I tried to climb up, but someone grabbed me, dragged me outside. I was kicking, screaming, begging them to let me go back. They didn't. And that saved me. The house burned for hours. The roof collapsed. When it was finally over, they said, "You can go in now." But there was nothing left to go into, just black walls and ashes. They found him in what used to be our bedroom. The next morning, they gave me a small box. Inside, his wedding ring melted into a shape that barely looked like a circle. That was it. Everything else, gone. People told me I was lucky to be alive, but they didn't see what alive looked like after that night. Every time I close my eyes, I see the flames reflected in the window. Every time I hear a siren, I feel my chest tighten, and I still wake up at 3 a.m., the exact time it happened, because part of me still thinks he's calling for me. I don't like candles anymore. I can't stand fireplaces. Even the smell of burnt toast makes me shake. They say grief fades, but I think mine just changed its shape, from a scream to silence, from fire to smoke. It's still there, always there.
Grief never really leaves. It just changes shape. Sometimes it's a song, or a smell, or the silence beside you. But if you've ever lost someone, you know this. Love doesn't end where life does. It just learns how to stay.